In the morning when I rise, give me Jesus.
Good morning. Yesterday we said be really careful who you're listening to. You don't want a circumstance where when you're blind in certain areas, you're following one who's just as blind as you are. No, we need to be following the Lord. He's the one that sees clearly. So be careful who you listen to, and let Holy Spirit on the inside of you confirm any guidance that you get from anyone. And quit trying to tell other people what to do. They need to hear Holy Spirit for themselves. Oh, Holy Spirit searches the deep things of God's heart for the individual and leads us in a path that's specifically laid out for us. And so we each need to hear Holy Spirit and not be in a place where we've got the blind leading the blind. Well, today we're going to see the majesty and the brilliance of the gospel. We're in Luke chapter 6, and it's verses 43 through 45, and they go like this. There is no good tree which produces bad fruit. No, see, a good tree produces good fruit. Nor is there, on the other hand, a bad tree which produces good fruit. It doesn't happen. It can't happen. For each tree is known by its own fruit. We're individuals. For men do not gather figs from thorns, nor do they pick up grapes from a briar patch. See, it can't happen. Good comes from good, and evil comes from evil. Look at verse 45. The good man, out of the good measure of his heart, brings forth what is good. And the evil man, out of the evil treasure, brings forth what is evil. For his mouth speaks from that which fills his heart. Folks, here's the gospel. It's an inside deal. The only way good fruit is produced is if there's a good heart on the inside. That's why when we believe on Jesus, bam, in an instant, we're a brand new creature. Born again, born of the Spirit, child of God. And God puts a brand new heart in every believing believer. Because it's what's on the inside that counts. It will manifest to the outside as we begin seeing the reality of who we are, made new, sanctified, perfected on the inside. It has to be that way because the reality of the gospel is that God himself comes to dwell on the inside. I am crucified with Christ. I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. And the life I live in this body, I live by the faith of the Son of God who loved me and gave himself for me. Christianity, real Christianity, believing believers are all about Jesus living his life in us and through us. God dwelling on the inside by his Holy Spirit. Because when we see that, then behavior kind of things just kind of take care of themselves. Because it's what's on the inside that determines what's going to happen on the outside. Dave, why don't you talk about quit smoking, quit drinking, quit cussing, quit sleeping around? Because you can try to quit those things and you might even be successful for a while. I had a brother that smoked and he said, oh, quitting smoking is easy. I've done it 100 times. Well, that's how it is with every effort on the outside to be a good boy or a good girl. But when you say yes to Jesus, then on the inside, you are made the very righteousness of God. And when you start seeing the reality of that, what's on the inside starts manifesting to the outside. Oh, it takes a good tree. How do you become a good tree? God comes and dwells on the inside of you. Behold, the majesty and the brilliance of the gospel. God himself living his life through the new creation, which is you the moment you say yes to Jesus. God bless you, you good tree that has God himself living his life in you and through you in everything you do today. I look forward to being with you tomorrow. There's a story tomorrow that you'll be familiar with. It's all about building your life on Jesus. I'll see you tomorrow.
Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You